Wow, guys, it's getting really tough to film this video. I've already tried 4 times to film this video. I keep going over my limit. I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna review Iron Maiden's album Somewhere Back in Time. It is their greatest hits album featuring the songs from the years 1980 through 1989. Iron Maiden is my favorite heavy metal band of all time. If you watched my previous video. Um, And also, I think that they're better than Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. Not combined, though, because that would be way too epic. Um, it is a bold statement, though, saying that they're better than the pioneers of heavy metal. But, that's just my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Martin Birch produced all the songs, and the band members are Bruce Dickinson, singer-songwriter, Dave Murray, lead guitar, Adrian Smith, lead guitar and songwriter, Steve Harris, bass and songwriter, Clive Burr, did the drums on the tracks 6, 7, 8, and 14, and Nico McBrain did the drums on the rest of the tracks. The album art, which I'm going to show you right now, is a mixture of the 3 albums that they have previously released. The blue font up here is a homage to Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, which was released in 1988. You see right here their mascot Eddie, a cyborg version of him, which was released on Somewhere in Time from 1986, and there's a Eddie Egyptian monument off Power Slave, which was released in 1984. On the back, it's just the basic stuff, the track listing, the label information, and it's got the IronMaiden.com, so go check that out. I'm going to just get into it. I'm going to tell you guys something about every track, so here we go. Track 1, Churchill Speech, it's just an intro to Aces High, which is their second song. There's no music in it, it's just Winston Churchill talking to British troops back in 1940. Aces High, obviously, is about a British RAF pilot fighting against Germans. It has a really epic intro, and it's got a really catchy riff. The songwriting is good, and I think it really warrants a spot on this album. Murray and Smith have one of their really awesome combination solos, and it's just really good, so go check it out. 2 Minutes to Midnight is another great song. It has references to the Doomsday Clock, which is a symbolic clock used by the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. In September 1953, it reached 11:58, which is the closest it got to midnight, which is 2 minutes till midnight. And this also occurred when the U.S. and the Soviet Union was testing H-bombs. Yeah. The first guitar solo was played by Dave Murray, and the second one was played by Adrian Smith. The Trooper is my favorite song of all time, if you watched my previous video. The entire song is catchy, and you can't help but feel good inside. It takes the viewpoint of a soldier fighting against Russians in 1854, I believe, and he's losing a war. He's watching all of his friends die. He's watching horses get mauled. At the end, he finally gets shot down, and he dies. The main riff, most of the song, you hear horses galloping. That's just the music. That's, the feel that they wanted to try to instill. And the guitar players, they use a 2-part harmonized guitar, a lead fill, and Adrian Smith plays the first solo, Dave Murray plays the second solo. Wasted Years is the only song written by Adrian Smith alone. He also plays the entire solo, or Dave Murray plays rhythm parts. The intro riff is probably in my top 5 riffs of all time. It is a really amazing riff, and it's very easy to play on guitar, really. I learned to play it in like 2 hours. It's just about, not wasting your life searching for wasted years, because you should, like your life and appreciate what you have, and not feel like you've wasted your life. It really is one of their greatest hits. Now, Children of the Damned, it's about the movie of the same name. It is track 6 on this album, and I really can't tell you guys what it's about because I've never seen the movie. It's a good song, and it has good songwriting in it. The lyrics are cool, but it's not one of my favorites. It just didn't strike a chord in me like the other ones did. So I don't really like it all that much. I wish it would have been switched out with another track. Number of the Beast, it's probably one of the band's signature songs. and it was inspired by the book of Revelation of the Bible. The song it's really great. Probably their second greatest songwriting effort ever. And you know, if you've ever played Guitar Hero 3, you know what it sounds like, and you know that the guitar playing is flawless. It really deserves to be on this album. Run to the Hills it's one of their more popular songs, but it's one of my least favorite songs. It's a great song, no matter what. They know how to make songs, so it's a good made song, but it's been played 300,000 times on the radio and on VH1 and on MTV. And there's so many other good songs that could be played. Why play that one all the time? And I don't understand, and that's why it makes me mad. Let's see, track 9, Phantom of the Opera. I've only listened to it twice. I didn't like it that much. It's well written. I just don't like it. The Evil That Men Do. It's another great song by the band. It's a collective songwriting effort. They all, just wrote here and wrote there, so they all got credit. It's entirely played by Adrian Smith, and Dave Murray plays the rhythm parts. Now, Wrathchild, this is a song about a man looking for his father, whom he never seen before. The song's basically just about him going and looking for his father. It was written entirely by Steve Harris, and it was played entirely by Dave Murray, with Adrian Smith playing rhythm parts. Can I Play With Madness, period, my least favorite Iron Maiden song ever. It just doesn't sound like Maiden because it was released back when the band was dissolving, really. Power Slave, it's one of the most popular songs, and the use of Egyptian imagery such as the Eye of Horus and the allusions to mythology, it's a metaphor for Bruce Dickinson's distaste for the music industry. He feels that, the disrespect of talent and the egos get so big it just really kills the band and it leads to their demise. It's one of my favorite songs by them. And the first guitar solo is played by Dave Murray, the second one is played by Adrian Smith, and then the third one is played by Dave Murray, so there's 3 in there. Now, Hallowed Be Thy Name, my second favorite Maiden song ever. It begins with a slow tempo and then builds up later in the song. Bruce Dickinson really showcases his vocal power and his vocal range in both the slow and the fast tempos. The song is considered one of Maiden's classics, and it's played at every live show since it's been released on album back in 1982. The first solo is played by Adrian Smith, and the second one is played by Dave Murray. Now, it's about a man who is being sent to the gallows, and he begins to feel terror. He realizes that he's afraid to die, despite claims that he is not, and he's ready to go. At the end of the vocal section, he gets executed, and it is followed by a really long instrumental section, culminating in his ambiguous final words, "Hallowed be thy name." And the song ends. It's a really great song, so go check that out. Now, Iron Maiden is a song by Iron Maiden off of their debut album, Iron Maiden. It was written by Steve Harris by himself, and it was featured on their Demo of the Soundhouse tapes. The original recording is Dennis Stratton and Dave Murray. Don't know who Dennis Stratton is, so Adrian Smith is not on the record. Now the song is well known by the band as their signature song, and they close it to every concert they've ever had since it's been released, and it's usually one of the last songs played, as I just said. That's it. Those are all the tracks on the album. I really recommend that you guys go pick this up. I know that I've released now 3 videos in the last 2 days, so there's probably going to be a 2-week hiatus because I'm going to review Battlestar Galactica Season 1 next, and I haven't even started that. So I'm going to go start that, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.